Pisces, happy birthday and welcome to March. It's your season and the sun is shining really bright upon you. During this astrological chat, I have two very helpful tools with me. I'll be looking down to my astrological wheel right here, as well as to my right, I have a calendar of astrological positions and events that are going to help me through this talk. So first off, for you Pisces, we have on February 18th, the sun is entering your sign, Pisces, which is the initial marker of Pisces season. When the sun is in your sign, it's technically, especially if you're Pisces rising, has a strong presence in your first house, which has to do with your beginnings, your body, your expression, your personality, identity, approach to life. So with the sun in that sign, it is basically like a big spotlight to all those things. So that's why I say you're shining brighter than ever. It really also brings a light to what you want to bring to your appearance as well. Many times when it's someone's birthday season, they're thinking about themselves a little bit more and maybe trying on a new look or expressing themselves a little bit more, being more out there. It could bring, some people get a little bit shy, but yeah, pretty much it's all about you. In February 20th, you have Jupiter sextiling your planet of Neptune, which it has been in your sign for a while and it's still in your sign, which is also your first house, which means because it's a sextile, it's benefiting you. It's benefiting your self-expression. You're probably going to be more, Jupiter's a planet of expansion, so you may be expanding upon, your wardrobe, your look, you might be wearing bigger colors, bigger, brighter clothes, anything that makes you stand out more. You may be focusing on your health, improving that, or it's anything to do with expanding those horizons. You're getting a lot of help right now from that planet. February 23rd, you're going to have a new moon Pisces in your sign, Pisces, which is also in your first house. And that the moon has to do with the subconscious and your emotions. So that being in your sign, you're going to be focused on, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about new beginnings in your life, your first impressions of yourself, and how you view your deeper emotions regarding yourself. It's a big time right now that you're mining into that space. Moving on, we have on March 2nd, the moon is in Gemini, which it's bringing a lot of attention. It's a quarter moon, so it's not very strong, but it's still kind of highlighting your emotions regarding siblings and social activities, neighbors. You can be thinking about them during this time. The bigger event, though, happens March 4th, which is Mercury retrograde enters Aquarius, which is in your 12th house, which is also regarding subconscious matters, spirituality, your alone time, and since Aquarius is a planet of, it's a sign of like innovation, and you might be looking for innovative ways, innovative views on spirituality. You might be expanding your horizons. You might find new ways to be alone and be thinking of new ways, new avenues of thought with things to do with, what's after life and all that kind of thing. You can be closing out a season in a new way as well. And Aquarius helps because it's a very electric and expansive energy. So that's good. Moving on from that, Taurus Venus will be entering the sign of Taurus on March 4th, which Taurus is in your 3rd house, and it has to do with your communication, your activities and interests, which means Venus is a planet that it's called by the ancients as a lesser benefic, but still very powerful, and it's bringing love, into that love and beauty into that section of your 3rd house, which has to do with your communications, social activities as well. I mean, education. This is a very beneficial time for you in that. So you might be thinking of beautifying your voicemail even, or your resume, or anything to do with writing, thinking a little bit more about how you speak, and maybe in a more eloquent way. So after that, on March 9th, the full moon will be in Virgo, which is in your 7th house, regarding relationships, marriage, contracts, business affairs, things you share in relations to other people. And being that it's in Virgo, you're probably going to be thinking more analytically regarding these things. Your emotions, since the moon has to do with your emotions, they may be more logical, less emotional, a little bit hermetic, meaning on the surface you may not be emotional, but under the surface emotions can stir. So be sure to talk with your loved one, your partner, any relationships you have. Try to think about what you want to communicate, but don't harbor any emotions. Try to get it all out there, in a balanced way. Balancing logic and emotion would be great. So after that, on March 9th, Mercury goes direct, which is awesome, because when Mercury's retrograde, we already know what that's about. I have a video about it in my prior channel. But basically, when Mercury goes direct on March 9th, it's doing so in your 12th house, and it's opening up, any mental fuzz you had about, or confusion you had about spirituality, maybe, hidden beliefs, your beliefs that may have been limited, things having to do with healing, inner healing, might have been like foggy, and now they're clearing up and moving forward in new, along with the Aquarian new innovative twist. Hello again, Pisces. Continuing your video here for March 2020. It's looking like the next aspect for you is on March 16th, Mercury will re-enter Pisces at 0 degrees in your first house. This is really good because it looks like Mercury by this time will be direct again, which is amazing for your own communications, because if in the past 2-3 weeks you felt a little bit like murky in your communications with the world, or your technology is going haywire, or whatever it is that has to do with communication or travel, if that seemed a little bit like stuck, it's really taking off now, and it's happening in your first house, which means anything to do with you, let's say updating a resume or writing about yourself or talking about yourself, it's really going to be understood very well here. More clear than ever, it looks like. On March 19th, we have the spring equinox, which is awesome because who doesn't love longer days? And on that day, March 19th, Uranus is also sextiling your true node, which is, that's really good. Sextiles are they're quite beneficial. And that's happening in your third house, which is your house of mental activity, learning, also communication, your siblings. It's the I think house. So with Uranus there sextiling in positive aspect to your true node, Uranus brings surprises. So it looks like they're positive, happy surprises to your destiny in the world. Your true node has to do with your destiny in the world. So your goals, your aspirations, they're getting a refreshing. It could be an aha moment for your goals. Like all of a sudden you get this great idea of how to reach that goal, how to satisfy that goal, or just some sudden windfall towards your goal. So it's great. March 19th, we have the sun entering Aries in your second house at 0 degrees, which is very good, very direct. And that's in your second house of possessions, money, values, skills. That's amazing because having Aries likes action, and Aries brings like fiery passion to these things. So if there's money, you're more ambitious towards your goals for money, for value, for what you value, for honing skills. And having the sun there, it's adding extra power there, so that's very good. March 21st, we have a huge occurrence. This hasn't happened in about 20 to 30 years, where Saturn, the planet of, there's discipline and kind of how you acquire things is happening, and it's entering Aquarius in your 12th house. For the past 2.5 years, it's been in Capricorn, and now it's in Aquarius, and that's very positive, because Saturn loves to be in Aquarius, and Aquarius is very, it loves to innovate. It loves, to be refreshed. Doesn't like to be bogged down, which is very good. And it's in your 12th house, so it's in your house of, spiritual life, dreaming, transcendence. You can be radically transcending in your mind. Anything spiritual. It's kind of like, the phoenix rising out of the ashes for you in that way, in your subconscious. And this will be very good. This could be very good for all aspects of your life. If you're healthy mentally, you're healthy all throughout. So that's really amazing. And that's going to be for the next, I think it's through mid-June. You're going to get a glimpse of this Saturn in Aquarius. And then after that, it goes back into Capricorn, which is fine. It's closing in that ultra discipline for you in your spiritual life. And then Aquarius in December will come back. Saturn will come back in Aquarius and give you those breakthroughs further for the next couple of years. March 23rd, we have Jupiter quintiling in positive aspect. Quintile is positive aspect. Chiron, and that's in Aries in your second house, which Jupiter is it's the planet of optimism, expansion, and being that it's in Chiron, Chiron is known as the wounded healer. It's an asteroid that represents traumas that you've had, and having Jupiter there is like expanding on in optimistic ways. It's like a breakthrough through the quintile. So you're having big breakthroughs in your where you've had maybe traumas, or you've had some harsh feelings in your life, and you're moving through them. I mean, Aries is very determined. So and being that it's in your second house, this could be very good for your money. Any blocks you've had in your value sets, money, possessions, skills, even, it's very good. It's gonna push you through that. I mean, like I said earlier, you have this theme this month of mental breakthroughs, giving you a lot of benefits, a lot of wealth, a lot of health, and it's very good for you. March 24th, you have a new moon in Aries in your second house. It's also with that theme because the moon represents emotions, your inner emotions, your subconscious, your hidden feelings, and having that new in Aries, you're ready to take action. Your subconscious it's a clean slate, being refreshed, and on fire with passion. And being that it's in your second house, again, this theme that it's going to help you a lot in your like values and your possessions, in everything that you have, in your money. It's looking very good for you. March 27th, we have a very good aspect I wanted to mention. Venus in Taurus trining Jupiter in Capricorn. And as a general rule, this is very good. It's a happy aspect that can help us grow whatever we focus on. So maybe get a lottery ticket on that day, March 27th for you, Pisces. It's looking very good. I mean, whatever you focus on, again, it can grow. It's like the Midas touch a little bit. So to close out the your astrological read and forecast for March, on March 30th, Mars is entering your 12th house in Aquarius. And this is 12th house is again with having to do with your subconscious, your spiritual life, what you do in solitude, your meditations. And it's very good that Mars is entering Aquarius here, because Mars is fiery, it's passionate, and being that it's in Aquarius, it's seeking to revolutionize you further, and to have you, to kind of push you out of that subconscious inner mental comfort zone that maybe you have. And it's not a bad thing, it's a very good thing. It's revolutionary, Pisces, for you. So I'm very happy to see this for you. And I'm excited to see what's next for you in April, because all this inner work it's bringing you to wealth. I mean, it's very positive for you in all areas. So yeah, this concludes your astrological read for March. Happy birthday once again, and we'll see you guys in April. Thank you so much.